as a last resort.
So I got, I could always switch some because I didn't message my spells yet, but I got Bless, which is a +1 to attack and saving throws, which is a good thing. I got Blessed Watchfulness, which is only applicable to one person, but it gives them a +2 to saving throws against spells that force him to abandon his watch or lower his guard like charm, blah blah blah. So it's basically pretty good. It gives us a +2 buff to charm resistance.
That's great.
I don't need it, so I can give it to one of you. I could get 2 of them and ditch the Bless if we think that's better. Maybe that's better actually. Besides that, I got Orison, so I can heal you guys if we have issues. I got right now 3 invisibility to undead, so that we can sneak in.
Nice.
However, Arcas can see us because he's not an undead.
Right.
So
we need to like silence Arcas somehow. I have feign death, but I think he has to be willing.
Yeah, he does.
Oh yeah, only a willing individual.
He does.
Okay. I can make I have fool speech.
What's that?
But then it gives us the ability to speak a secret language, but then I think that he has the ability to use that language or common. So that's not gonna work.
I got detect evil, so I can detect the vampire through some materials. I got light because last time we needed it, and it's nice if I can blind the vampire. I got cure moderate wounds, so I can heal you. I got 2 wyvern watches, and that's a lot of spells for them to take in.
Yeah.
I got 2 wyvern watches, which is like the circle of stunning. It's really good against one target, so I figured to get Arcas, it's good to have 2 in case one is not enough.
If he's stunned, he can't talk, right?
Yes, if you are stunned, you cannot speak.
Why do you not want him to speak?
Well, because he could warn the vampires. But then I guess if the Wyvern Watch is on... So if we were to catch Wyvern Watch, he walks in, he gets stunned. Wyvern Watch is turned off then, right?
Yep.
So we could walk past him, invisible to undead.
Yeah.
Presuming that we know where he is. And presuming the vampire is still in this crypt when we get there, which we haven't even thought about.
Yep.
Oh.
Anyway, I got 2 wyvern watch. I got 1 detect charm. I got etherealness, which is like the escape mechanism that I used the last time, which is really good.
You have so many spells.
I know. I got 2 dispel magic, so I can dispel Arcas maybe. And I got 1 negative plane protection, which is like a really interesting spell that is actually applicable to vampires. It's really risky though. It's basically giving you some kind of possibly offsetting the effect of the negative energy attack, which includes vampire attack. If you're struck by a negative energy attack, you're allowed a saving throw versus death magic. If you're successful, the energies cancel, and you suffer... What?
What spell is this?
The negative plane protection? It doesn't make sense.
Touches a creature... Touch with...
An attacking undead creature suffers 2d6 points of damage. This protection is good only against one attack.
Anna, can you explain what's going on right now? So you guys are building up what spells you want to bring?
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Because every night you can only memorize a certain amount of spells per day. So, like as a level 5 wizard, I can get so many level 1 spells, so many level 2 spells, so many level 3 spells. And so what Emma and Adea are doing is coordinating their spells to make sure that they're not getting the same ones or that they're getting the right ones to coincide with each other, that kind of stuff.
Okay, and while you're doing this, is Neal writing them down so you guys don't pull like one out of left field?
Yeah.
I
Okay.
require
Because we
them to
only
send
get
them
the
to me
right ones
afterwards.
Yeah.
Okay.
We send them to him in Skype.
Yeah. So negative plane protection, you give someone a shield or something that will sit on them, and if a creature with negative that is tied to the negative energy plane, like a vampire, for example, attacks them and tries to level drain them, the level drain will get cancelled. The vampire will suffer 2d6 points of damage, but the target will still take the normal attack. So if the vampire attacks someone, he doesn't deal any, or he does his normal damage, but his blood drain or energy drain won't go through. But it only works once, and for it to work, the person that has the shield on them needs to make a saving throw versus death.
Yeah. So it's a lot of ifs.
No, there's one if. There's one if.
So that's why I don't know if I need to take more of those, but then I have to sacrifice some dispel magic, which is also really good if you get charmed.
Well, these are your calls to make, Jen.
No, I know. I'm asking you guys.
Well, I could take dispel magic if we need, but then I couldn't take fireball because I can only take one level 3 spell. Also, I
think that's actually better because fireball is 2 AoE. Like we're not fighting 60 vampires, we're just fighting one, and I feel like.
But I could toss it down into the crypt if we can get Arcas out. I could toss fireball down into the crypt and blow the whole thing.
But the crypt is angled, so fireball might actually reverse back to us and kill us instantly. Which is what I learned through another D&D session. Yeah. Well, I mean, if you throw fire at a wall, it's gonna come back towards you, I think. It doesn't go down necessarily, I think.
This is like some high-level military strats right now going on.
I mean, the crypt is. I envisage it as like there's stairs like that. We're here trying to cast fireball.
Yeah.
And then there's a wall here, and it goes angled like this. So if we cast a fireball, so like the wall here, I feel like it won't necessarily go like, and it might come back like, and then cause an explosion in our face and kill us instantly.
Yeah, you're right. I think that we talked about this last time, actually,
That's
too.
why we didn't do it.
Yeah.
Also, we should have used an angled mirror to project the light from outside inside the crypt.
That's a great idea.
But now there's no light. But there's no light.
Oh, because he made it stormy.
He made it stormy. That's right. Blame the... It's not you guys versus me. I'm simply running the game engine here.
The Nealiverse made it stormy.
Made it stormy. It's raining outside. It is possibly an inconvenience.
Pray the gods for a better weather, to be honest.
We should. I was gonna say we should pray tonight, but before we do that, I also have Maximilian Stone Grasp, which is the spell is cast on stony ground. And then it causes an arm made of stone to rise from the ground beneath any creature targeted by the caster, and it attempts to grab the leg of the targeted creature, who is allowed a saving throw, blah, 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 blah. And they suffer a movement rate of 0, AC penalty of -2, and attack penalty of -2, and they lose any dex bonuses, but it doesn't cause any damage. So it would just be to, like, stop it from moving.
Yeah,
if we wanted to, like, stop it and then get Arcas out and then destroy it.
Or get Arcas stopped and then deal with the vampire. I feel like we could, if you cast it on Arcas and then I cast invisibility on us, we could just straight up stake the vampire with the stake.
What's the stats on the vampire? Sorry. Or do we not know?
Yeah, Neal, why don't you review them? Because that's good for all of us to know.
Why don't you tell
they
us
are super fucking strong. I mean, physically, although possibly unassuming, like the mayor was just your everyday, ordinary townsfolk guy, undead vampires have ridiculous strength. They are almost as strong as Arcas, although you suspect if Arcas is a vampire, he will probably retain his existing strength. They have quite a lot of mobility and dexterity. They're very agile, they're very quick, and they manage to stay out of harm's way. They are only struck by magic weapons, but oh shit, I didn't include the magic weapon on your character sheet. Red.
Yeah.
No, I just have a sword and dagger.
It's a magic sword. We'll buff it when it comes to combat, but it's a +2 sword.
Okay.
Their eyes are, they'll hypnotize with their eyes. They are pretty buff. They get 1 attack per round, but if they hit you, they can level drain you, basically, and reduce your character's level by 2. Yeah. Do you have any other specific questions?
Do we know the HP of the vampire?
No, you don't know. But you do know that vampires regenerate. They are very dangerous. Some might say the most dangerous of the undead.
Okay.
We also know that
We bring more garlic, by the way, Neil. I'm gathering a bunch of garlic from Jeremiah's kitchen.
Okay.
We also know that vampires will like drain. They not only drain your life force, they drain your level. So like I'm a level 5 wizard. If they touch me, I could potentially become like back to level 1 super weak.
Okay.
Neil, I think that my Bands of Sorellin spell didn't make it into my
It's not on your
my
thingy?
spellbook. Mm-hmm.
Let's fix that then. Okay, fixing that for you now. There you go.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So I also have that, which captures, but I guess he could still do stuff from there too. So yeah, the hand would probably be the best capture spell I've got if we don't want Fireball. Because I like the idea of nuking him, but you're right about the danger. I'm just afraid we don't have enough firepower to take him down, even if we capture him.
But let's say we do connect. Isn't a stake enough to kill it?
Oh, yeah, that's true. So if we close our eyes and run at him with a stake. Neil.
We need a mob, man. We need like a mob with a bunch of stakes and we all close our eyes, close our ears, ignore Arcas and just go for it.
Oh, the sheriff does have a command of 97 soldiers.
What? Why didn't you list that among our assets?
But I think what I can command 15 at any given time. Is that what you said? 15 are liquid?
10 to 15 can be pulled from duty or pulled to do something without affecting the operations of town. After that, you're like pulling people from watching the wall or pulling people from like their daily patrols, which, you know, might be useful in the fight, but then you could come back to a town that's been like completely sacked by thieves and robbers or you know, if an invading army happens to be coming down the road at that point of time or someone, you know, then you're losing the guard. It is your call to make, though. You are the sheriff, and you have control over these things.
Right.
So did you tell us that earlier?
No. Red's general demeanor is just to keep things close to the vest, and if an emergency situation comes up, then I'll kind of drop it on you guys, if that makes sense. Okay.
All right.
So you think I should take the stone grasp?
Yeah.
Okay, and then Neil, I have a question. As warriors, do we have a concept of whether or not we could take a wooden stake and drive it through a vampire?
It would be difficult, but you might be able to do it. That would be like a cold shot heart on the vampire, and then I would require a strength check to see if you could actually push it through the breastplate.
Yeah, see, I'm thinking that
Neil has so much power. Like, he's just...
I know.
Like, it could happen.
This is why we're so careful, because we've been so many times before. We're like, we stab it with a stake, and he's like, well, I mean, that's actually kind of hard to do, you know?
Okay, what about we go with our army of little priests, and we, like, religion attack him with, like, symbols?
Yeah, because we have to knock him down, and then we have to stuff his mouth with wafers, and then we have to burn him.
Cut off his head.
Right? Cut off his head.
Yeah. So if the stake through the heart won't kill the vampire, it'll basically immobilize them and pin them to the ground, and they can't do anything. At which point you chop their head off and stuff their mouth full of holy wafers, and then that will break the enchantment on them.
So we're bringing all the garlic, we're bringing all the holy symbols, we told the priest to bring holy water and wafers.
And steaks. And garlic necklaces.
And I think that I also look around Jeremiah's house for any mirrors, just in case.
We already had some. I have some on my character.
Oh, right. I remember that.
I'm ready.
Okay, we're ready.
I bet that
I sent my spells.
we're safe during daytime. That's my call. How do you guys feel about it? Good morning, guys. How do you feel about daytime? Oh, let's pray.
Oh yes, but I think we should all pray at the bridge when everyone's there, so we can get a blessing on our whole army.
Okay.
Okay.
And let me guess. Adea. How do you say the name?
Do you know the Sarah McLachlan song?
No.
Oh.
She just
Okay.
sings those animal songs, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
That's a
so
fun
just
one.
think of A, D, like the letters A, and
Okay.
and then
A-D,
like
Okay.
what? So A,
Okay.
D,
Like
Okay.
how she sounds all the time.
Okay.
No.
Okay. So thanks, Jeremiah. Thank you so much for your help. We've got to go meet the priest, and I say last chance to the sheriff. I'm like, anyone you know that might be worthy warriors to come help us. We're definitely going to be in need of firepower, so please grab them along the way.
Okay, so you all meet up at the bridge towards the
Mm-hmm.
cemetery. 6 priests show up with you,
Nice.
as well as a couple of miscellaneous townsfolk who have apparently heard the word that you guys are going vampire hunting and would like to help
Nice. Yay! I take the time to like put my hand on each of their shoulders and say, "May the gods bless you. All hail the gods. May the gods bless."
After she says that, I give them a steak, and I'm like, through the heart, through the heart. Don't look him in the eyes and aim for the heart.
The townsfolk here carry torches and lanterns.
Nice.
Their weapons are not particularly good. Some of them have pitchforks, some of them have scythes, some of them have hoes, and they are kind of just a lynch mob, pretty much.
Nice. I love mobs. They're awesome.
Okay, so I gather them all in a circle, and I, you know, get everyone ready to pray, and they all know how to pray like this.
Mhm.
And then I say, "All hail the gods, the mighty gods who smile upon us on this day, who will help good vanquish evil, and shall bring us triumph over the vampires. All hail Reluna, our great mother, the goddess of passion, who will give us the fire inside us we need to burn this vampire and this evil from the world. All hail Reluna!" And I like whip us into like a religious frenzy to try to get Reluna's attention.
And
And
I'm
then I
like,
say,
steak through the heart. Steak through the heart.
and then I say my own special quiet prayer to Reluna, asking her to lend her hand in this fight.
I
Okay.
distribute garlic necklaces to everyone like it's a Hawaii welcoming day.
Okay. And I think on that note, we will take our second break, and when we come back, we will deal with the hunt for the vampire.
Yay!
We'll see you guys on the other side. Bye-bye.